Welcome back to Xbox Corner, my name's Luke, and it's once again time for another weekly Game Pass roundup, which I have to admit is a little shorter this week as we only have 4 new titles hitting the service, but we'll no doubt have a second batch announced at some point next week. The recent Xbox Bethesda Game Showcase also had plenty of new titles to announce coming to Game Pass in 2022 and 2023, and if you missed any of it, make sure to check out our rapid fire roundup video of all the big announcements, and I've linked this down in the description box below. For now though, hit that like button to help us out, subscribe for more Xbox reviews, deals, graphical comparisons and Game Pass news, and let's get into it. So the first game on today's list is one that I know plenty of people have been excited to get their hands on, as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge hits Game Pass day 1 today. Now, I haven't played a decent Turtles game since I think Mutants in Manhattan on the PlayStation 4, which, like the original games, was a beat 'em up, but a 3D one with a cel-shaded art style. Shredder's Revenge though looks to take things back to the roots of the series with some classic 2D visuals and arcade style beat 'em up action, though there are plenty of modern quality of life changes in this one, as well as more detailed visuals and a combat system which requires more than just a spot of button mashing. The game is essentially a homage though to the Turtles games of the past, featuring a bunch of different levels from previous games, 6 different characters to play as to begin with, including the Turtles, April O'Neil and of course Master Splinter, and the game actually allows for up to 6 people to play simultaneously, which I think is a first for the series on the whole. When it comes to the combat, each character comes with its own unique moveset, including combo moves, special attacks and a screen clearing super attack, and you'll be facing off against the usual host of fodder and foot soldiers, as well as plenty of iconic foes from the Turtle franchise. For fans of the Turtles games though, this one is sure to be a hit, especially if you can get a bunch of friends around for a bit of co-op action. The Shadowrun Trilogy are our next games on this list, with a trio of classic Shadowrun games hitting the service come the 21st of June. This bundle includes Shadowrun Returns, Shadowrun Dragonfall and Shadowrun Hong Kong, and if you haven't actually heard of this particular series, they're essentially turn-based tactical RPGs set in a dystopian cyberpunk future in which magic has reawakened. Like many classic RPG games, Shadowrun started its life as a tabletop RPG before being adapted for the video game market, and much like Dungeons & Dragons inspired titles, these ones have you forming a party, developing a character through gaining experience, gearing them up, and obtaining new skills from a variety of combat and support trees. Each of the 3 games contains its own standalone storyline though, the first seeing you searching for a mysterious killer amongst the urban sprawl of the Seattle Metroplex, the second, Shadowrun Dragonfall, sees you caught amongst a deadly conspiracy with rumours spreading about the return of a legendary dragon, and finally Shadowrun Hong Kong takes you to the Hong Kong Free Enterprise Zone, though being an ex-con is a tough life, especially when elite corporate forces are trying to kill you. Now, I've only played the first of these 3 titles, but had a great time doing so, and I'd say if you're a fan of classic turn-based RPGs, such as the original Fallout or Baldur's Gate games, then you'll no doubt have a blast playing these ones. Our third title comes to us courtesy of EA Play, as the latest instalment in the FIFA series makes its way to Game Pass. Now, I've got absolutely zero interest in football games, and haven't had since FIFA Road to the World Cup 98 on the original PlayStation, but I know that there are some who do enjoy the sport, and if for some reason you're a fan but haven't yet bought the game, then you can now play on Game Pass. As usual, it has all your football-y stuff like players in the different coloured shirts, grass pitches with goals at either end, and of course everyone's favourite, the ball, which players kick around the grass pitches into the back of said goals. And alongside the standard offline modes like friendlies and careers, you'll be delighted to hear that EA's Loot Box Fest is back, and by that I mean FIFA Ultimate Team, where you get the pleasure of paying real money to open digital card packs in the hopes of obtaining a Ronaldo or a Giggsy or whatever the top man in the sport is today. Anyway, the point that I'm getting at is it's a football game and you either love it or hate it, but now you can play it on Xbox Game Pass. The final entry in today's list, and the one that I'm most excited to get my hands on, is Naraka Bladepoint, which up until this point has been a PC only title, but will be coming to Game Pass as a Series X and S exclusive, and this one is looking to put a bit of a different spin on the classic Battle Royale format, pitting up to 60 players against each other in amongst a battlefield inspired by Far Eastern legends and history. Naraka Bladepoint offers up a roster of legendary heroes inspired by Far East mythos, each with their own skills, ultimates and deadly playstyles. With both melee and ranged combat options at your disposal, in the usual Battle Royale format you'll be tasked with taking down your opponents and being the last one standing, using your grappling hook to traverse the sprawling environments or get the drop on an unexpected opponent. And aside from the 60 player Battle Royale mode, you also have the option of 1v1 duels and small arena based brawls, for those looking for something a little bit more cosy. This one though looks to be an awesome new take on the genre, as the majority of these games are usually gunplay based. The melee combat feels like a breath of fresh air, and from what I've seen your heroes can also be customised, allowing you to tailor their appearance to your liking. Speaking of appearances though, the game also looks fantastic. There looks to be some great detail to the environments, the character designs look to be phenomenal, with my personal favourite being a big six-armed bastard who looks like that dude from Azura's Wrath, and gameplay reminds me a little bit of Dynasty Warriors with all of the flashy looking moves you can pull off. All in all though, it's potentially set to be a big one for the platform, and hopefully one which will gain a strong player base, and I myself will be diving in for a bit of a looky once the game fully releases on the 23rd of June. And so that about does it for this weekly roundup of Game Pass goodness. A bit of a short one I know, but still some great new additions. So will you be joining me in a bit of Naraka? Or are you going to be partaking in a bit of a Ninja Turtle-in? As always, let me know down in the comments section below. Hopefully next week we'll see the release of a second batch of titles, so be sure to subscribe to be notified when our coverage of those go live, as well as our latest deals, reviews and other content. For now though, take it easy, have a great weekend, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks everyone, take care.